Good morning, class. Today we will start second chapter of geography, the physical features of India. And we know that in the previous chapter we have discussed the extension of our country, longitudinal, latitudinal. Simultaneously, we discussed the neighboring country and the ancient role of our country in the old civilization, and it is one of the among the old civilization in the world. So let's begin this chapter, and here firstly we will discuss this PPT because this will give you the basic information about the physiography of India, and by this you can better understand the chapter. I believe that when you read all these features by this PPT, definitely the chapter will be lighter and more understandable to you people. So let's begin. Here, like firstly this map is given. When offline class were there, I taught this map, I drew this map for you and I explained each and every features. So the physical features when we say about, like this map we can understand, this pink color is showing the mountainous region, the hilly region of our country. Then this yellow like plain and the northern part of our country. Another is that this medieval, that is other features, that is the area which is showing the agricultural part. Another the region which is showing by the dark green color, sometimes the evergreen forest, but it is differently. So let's see, the geographical Indian can be divided into 5 regions. They are the Peninsula Plateau, Northern Plain, the mountainous region, then coastal plain and Indian islands, then Indian desert. Here first we take another feature, that is in previous chapter we discussed, that is the total area of our country. That is total area is of 3.28 million square kilometer. And we know that it is the seventh largest country in the world and occupies the world land, that is 2.4%. Then extension. Now I hope, because today you have taken the test and you very well known like what are the extension of our country from east to east, north to north. Another feature is that when we take about the total expansion of our country and eastern and southern, northern, and when we say that western, so east to west, north to south, like I told you that we have 4 main points. Like in north, that is Indira Col, and in south, in Andaman Nicobar, it was Indira Point. Then when we talk about our country, that is Kanyakumari. From east, that is Goharmati or Sar Creek, and from here Kebatu. Okay. So these are our 4 marginal point of our country from east to west and north to south. And simultaneously, this length you must remember that from east to west it is 2,933 kilometer, and longitudinally it is 3,214 kilometers. Now come to another map. This map generally is showing our location from equator. When we talk about from equator, the mainland of our country, it is 8 degree 4. When we talk about from Andaman and Nicobar, it is 6 degree 45 degree north or minute. So in another map we proceed. This map is generally simple, plain map is given, so you can have idea about that. It is most diverse features we have, ranging from mightiest Himalayas to low-lying coastal plain. Now this map again I'll discuss for you. Like in northern we have Himalaya, in west we have Thar Desert, and when we talk about here, these are the Western Ghat and Eastern Ghat. Then this is Central Highland. This is Northern Plain of India. These are Punjab Himalaya, Shivaliks. The Himalayas divide into three ranges. That is, we'll discuss in the chapter, but Himadri, Himachal and Shivaliks. After that, this is the coastal line. And after that, this is the coastal plain. And these are the Western Ghat. Island, Andaman and Nicobar. Then Lakshadweep. Then this is our neighboring country, Sri Lanka. Simultaneously, we have our neighboring country which are sharing the land boundary with India. So this particularly about the our country. Now this is the map which is given before you. So firstly, the first feature is that northern mountain wall or the Great Himalayas. Mountain wall, it can be divided into basically in three, like firstly that is above the 500 kilometers Trans Himalayas. So this we call the mountain wall of India. Then east to west we can say this. This is the western, this is the eastern, because this is of Nepal Himalaya. Now proceed to next one, Himalayan mountains. So the picture you can know where generally it is covered with the snow. The ranges, they are more than 4,000 meter above. They come in Himadris till the 5.5, and Everest it is in Nepal. So let's come to the another feature, that is the this next map is again given of mountain wall or the Great Himalayas. So these Great Himalayas, like Himalayas stretch for the distance of 2,400 kilometers from the Indian Gorge. In the chapter we will discuss the gorges is what, but little bit I tell you. When high mountain, basically one river is following or is flowing, that is the gorges. It's the beautiful picturesque made by the region. So the Brahmaputra gorges in the east and width of ranges that is 200 kilometer. Here basically one thing is to understand that when we talk about in Arunachal Pradesh to it Kashmir, means when we talk about the western Himalayas and the eastern Himalayas, the width of these Himalayas is of 500 okay, 500 km. When we talk about the eastern Himalaya, that is of 200 km. Means the width of, means like this. When we talk, this is the 500 one, and this when talk the eastern, this is 200 one. Next is the northern mountain wall or the Great Himalayas. So Himalayas stretch from distance that is 2,400 kilometer Indian. We have discussed this. Now another one is Trans Himalayas. So Trans Himalayas is what? Trans Himalayas which are north to the Great Himalayas ranges called Tibetan Himalayas, because most of these ranges lie in Tibet, and the Jaskor range, Ladakh and Kailash, Karakoram are the main ranges of this Trans Himalayas. So these are called Trans Himalayas, means these are the high ranges of our country. So these particularly when we talk about this area, so you can understand when you see the physical map of India in atlas, you very well can understand this. So these ranges in physical features of generally the ranges come to fill in exam even Jaskor ranges, Ladakh ranges, Tibet. So these are called the Trans Himalaya, even Karakoram, okay, Kailash. So another is that the Great Himalaya or Himadri. The range lie to the south of Trans Himalaya, means suppose this is Trans Himalaya and southern one is of Himadri. So these are called the Himadris, and northernmost of all Himalayan ranges and the lofties means high peak mountains, are most of most mountain ranges in the world. So these continuously the high mountain ranges, they make the rest here. So these are called the Himadris. Himadris in Hindi we can understand the meaning. Him means like snow, when all over the time the mountain are covered with this snow. So they are called Himaduris. Now some highest peak of the Himalayas, so we can understand them. There are some in India, some in Nepal. So they are like here. The Everest, the height is that 8,848. Approximately, it is considering like it is 8,000. 900 also it is coming, or 500, 8,800, 500, nearly 50 it is considering, or more than 60, somewhere different data have been provided. So this is the highest one, that is Mount Everest, K2. Another is that 8,611, it is in India, Kanchenjunga. Then again it is India, 8,568. So these are like Laos, then Mekalu, Choyo. Some are given in your book even, and some have been given, you can say on internet, you can find out. So some of the highest peak were the Himalayas. Another is that Himachal or Lesser Himalaya. I told you that when we categorize Himalaya into three branches, that is Himadri, Himachal and Shivaliks. So middle one is called the Lesser Himalaya, to be this called by the name Himachal. Himachal, they are running almost parallel to the Great Himalayas. Parallel, like we talk about the Great Himalaya, another is that Himachal, then another is the Shivalik. So they are parallel, and Himalaya in the north and Shivaliks in the south, and the ranges are less hostile to more friendly to the human contact. Okay, means people live in their particular area. Shivaliks, in Uttarakhand, Shivalik generally they lay, and the Shivaliks comprises the outermost range of the Himalayas overlooking to the Great Plains. This chain of hill run almost parallel to the Lesser Himalaya, or the distance about 2,400 kilometers from Porwar, and plateaus, that is Brahmaputra Valley, means parallel to like when we talk about, this is southern one in Uttarakhand, we understand. So these are the pillars one, and same here in Brahmaputra region. So the height is not much, like approximately to more than you can say below 2,000 they come in this particular category. Now पूर्वांचल और ईस्टर्न हिमालयस. पूर्वांचल मीन्स ईस्टर्न साइड. ठीक है, हिंदी में नाम है पूर्वांचल, पूर्व की तरफ है, जैसे उत्तरांचल उत्तर यानी कि नॉर्थ की साइड है. सो पूर्वांचल और द ईस्टर्न हिल्स, पूर्वांचल और द ईस्टर्न हिल्स आर कॉल्ड so because they are located in the eastern part of the country. I told you that we can divide our Himalayas, or it is divided into west and east. So eastern portion is called the Purvanchal or eastern Himalayas. So run in the shape of crescent with its convex side of pointing towards the west. These hills extending from Arunachal in the north, Mizoram in the south. तो एक्सटेंशन कहाँ से कहाँ तक है? अरुणाचल से लेकर मिजोरम. नाउ यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड दिस particular. First is Arunachal Pradesh, then Assam, to Mizoram, this here, this particular area. So Himalayan ranges from east to west. We can divide them. Punjab Himalaya. Punjab Himalayas, the part between lies in Indus and Satluj ranges, Satluj river, and from the west to east, and this is also known as Kashmir Himalayas, Himachal or Himachal Himalayas respectively. Another is that Kumaon Himalaya. The detail you will get in the book even. So here particularly it is shown by the picture, so that better you can understand. This part lies between Satluj and Kali river. Then Nepal Himalaya, it lies between the Kali and Teesta river. When you see in this particular diagram, you can understand that here we can have an idea about how the rivers are flowing. The particular area which is lying here, that we can divide by the river only. So eastern Assam Himalayas lie between the Teesta and Dhyang rivers. They are the tributaries of Brahmaputra. So eastern hills and mountains, Brahmaputra marks the eastern border of the Himalayas beyond the Dhyang gorges. Then Himalayas bend sharply towards the south from the eastern hills Purvanchal, and these hills run through the northeastern state of India. They are mostly composed of the sandstone, and these are composed of the Patkai Hills, Naga Hills, Manipuri Hills, and Mizo Hills. We know that this area is mountain and hill. You can have an idea about, क्योंकि mountain क्या है, they are high peak, उनका ऐसा peak होता है, ठीक है. When we are talking about hill, hill का क्या, one side is higher and another is slopely. So this is we call hills and this we call mountain. When both sides are standing, they are mountain, and when we are discussing this is hill. So this kind of structure we get in eastern state. Now northern plain of India, you know that far and wide vast rich plain are called the plains. So now great northern plains, the area we can understand that it is of approximately 320 of kilometer, the width 320 of kilometer. You read in the book even, or when especially in northern of India, we can have the 300 kilometer of. Now the length of is that 150 kilometer here in eastern state. So this is the northern plain is divided into three sections. There Punjab plain, Ganga plain, then Brahmaputra plain. We'll discuss them in book even, and by the questions you can learn them. So this is not very difficult, only Himalayas we had to understand. Then peninsula I told even in the class, but again I told you that peninsula is the area where three side of water is there, means the area which is surrounded by the three side of water, this is called the peninsula. So peninsula plateau is we can say having two segment like Central Highland and Deccan Plateau. So peninsula plateau can be divided into two, that is Central Highland and Deccan Plateau. So this is peninsula plateau, and another is that coastal plain. I told that when I taught first map. So coastal plains, this is the coastal plain region. This is the coastal plain. एरिया आपको दिखाई दे रहा है, मतलब आउटर ऑफ द कंट्रीज लाइन, ठीक है. दिस इज द कोस्टल प्लेन रीजन. Another is that peninsula plateau. I told you western and eastern ghat. Western and eastern ghat in the map I told you, this is one of the feature of western and eastern ghat. Western ghat, eastern ghat, and they are very much fertile region. Why? Because one is coming under the rainfall region. Another is that in the eastern ghat cultivation take place. So they are of the height, generally when we discuss, it is 900 to 1600 kilometer compared to 600 meter in the case of eastern ghat. And the western ghat, that is here we get particularly Mahadev Hills, Nilgiri Hills in the southwestern ghat, cause of oceanographic and rain in the face of rain laden winds. Means here generally rainfall take place in western ghat, that's why evergreen forests are found. When we talk about the coastal plain, I told you the coastal plain, and beautiful pictures you can see made by the coastal plain. The coastal plains generally, they are the western and eastern margin of our country. Another is that island group of our country, that is Andaman, Nicobar and Lakshadweep. So they are the piece of subcontinental land and surrounded by the water. Means when we define what is island, to island is that, suppose this picture you can see, and it is one of the part of Andaman and Nicobar. When all side of surrounded by the water, this is called island. Then when we talk about another feature, by the islands you can have an idea, like island Andaman and Nicobar islands are located in the Bay of Bengal, and Lakshadweep is located in Arabian Sea. So Thar Desert, the most prominent feature of our country, and the region is in the northern western part of our country. By the yellow color it is showing here. So by now you must have witnessed the vast diversity of our country exhibits through the physical features over the vast geographical outlay. The varied physical features have marked effect on the lives of the people and have influenced the evolution of diverse culture in India. So this was all about the physiography of our country. So by the picture you better understand, when we'll discuss in the chapter minutely, we will discuss the all features, diverse features of our country. So till the time, have a good day. Thank you.